Welcome back. On this week's On the Move, KQ2's Just for Williams visits the St. Joseph Museums to see everything the museum has to offer and some new exhibits.
Time for KQ2 On the Move, sponsored by the St. Joseph Convention and Visitors Bureau.
St. Joseph, a town filled with rich history, and what better way for locals and visitors to learn some of the history than at the St. Joseph Museums.
So it's really important to kind of educate yourself on all of these different aspects of life and culture. And this is just kind of all the fabric of our community and our history as well, especially here in St. Joseph.
The museums are filled with 4 floors of different exhibits, from a morgue to an archaeological exhibit and much more, that shows the range of the museums and the 100-year history it has.
So St. Joseph at one time had like the highest capita of billionaires in the world. We were a very rich community. We made all of our money off of the gold rush and supplying people heading off into California. So we sort of became a little bit of a cultural touchstone.
Walking through the museums is a cultural experience that lets you see life in the Glore Psychiatric Hospital and seeing different artifacts collected and donated to the museums. With so much to do, there's portions that everyone can call their favorite. One of my personal favorites, the Black Archives Museum, which is stocked with history from different eras, as well as 2 new exhibits.
In here we try to talk about as much of the civil rights movement as possible, which is a pretty hard thing to do since it's such a broad thing to discuss. But we tried to really focus in on local stories.
Visiting the museums can have you down in the depths of what was an eerie time in St. Joseph, but staff says there's a little bit of something for everyone.
We have a lot of history here that ranges a variety of different topics and a variety of different time periods, and there's a little bit of something for everybody.
So there's a whole lot to cover, but there's also something for everyone. So no matter where you're going, you're going to find something that interests you.
KQ2 On the Move, sponsored by the St. Joseph Convention and Visitors Bureau.
If you want to visit the St. Joseph Museums, they're located at 3406 Frederick Avenue.